Hey everybody, Nubkeks here. Oh god, oh boy, let me turn. Oh gosh, my ears. I'm wearing headphones. I just got blasted out of it. All right, I think that's a bit better. Ah, that's much more reasonable. Welcome. We're gonna show you some Muradin gameplay today. So I recorded this and literally, I was listening to music during the game, which is why I didn't record it live. And yeah, then I thought it was a really funny game in a number of ways. We're going to be playing YOLO Muradin in this game, YOLO Damage Muradin, so we're going to get to see that in action. As soon as the game was over, I'd never seen this before actually. It came up, it was like, new patch is ready. I went, okay, damn it, I'm not going to be able to record this straight away. But clicked out and the patch applied in like 2 seconds. And yeah, there we go, we're back on, but we can't use our good replay interface because we are relying on because this is an older patch now as of like 2 minutes ago. But anyway, here we go. You're gonna see I don't play Muradin that much. You're gonna see me like miss and mess up a few of my my storm bolts. That's okay. Level 1 here, let me show you this. I picked up Perfect Storm. So like the old Muradin build or the build that's been around for the longest time has been like the reverberation crowd control, Thunderburn build, which is all about like slowing down enemy attack speed and being very tanky. This is a new build. I think it's becoming more and more popular. And it's all about doing damage. It's actually quite cool. You get to see why during this game. It's kind of funny. But Perfect Storm reduced the cooldown of Stormbolt, which is actually quite a big deal. And Muradin's always had mana issues. So this as well changed in the new patch was that... well, hey, if they improved his they made the regen globes to store mana now, so that really helps you out, actually. Really helps out your mana issues because you're getting more mana than you used to from the regen globes. So that's pretty nice. This helps you out. But it's also a quest, and it's got no cap on this quest. You can stack it as much as you like. Every time Stormbolt hits a hero, increases damage by 5. That's pretty swanky. And you're going to see we're going to pick up a bunch of Stormbolt talents. Basically, we're going to go Perfect Storm. We're going to pick up Sledgehammer as well. Also, really, really nice talent for Blackheart's Bay. We're going to do 400% bonus or damage to non-heroic enemies. And destroys 4 ammo from structures as well. So this is going to hit like minions, mercenaries, structures. I suppose the boss as well. I don't think I fight a boss in this game, but it's going to hit all that stuff like an absolute truck. It's going to be ridiculous. And then we're going to pick up Piercing Bolt as well. So our Storm Bolt will pierce the first target hit. We can hit an additional target. That's just going to help us do, again, just double up the damage. It's going to be nice against like these little coin camps and stuff. We'll be able to hit both of them with a Sledgehammer-powered Storm Bolt. See, I'm just finishing off the tower there. Going to take a few hits from this kerosene. I'm just going to hop over the wall. So, in case you didn't catch like the Muradin change, it's not in this patch. Unfortunately, no, that was actually okay. I was going to say, you want to line it up so you hit both of them, but I don't have the Piercing Bolt yet, so of course that doesn't matter. Yeah, Dwarf Toss no longer gives you unstoppable, but when you land, you become resistant when you jump in the air, and while you're in the air, you get resistance, so you take a bit less damage. This just helps it be used aggressively more than used defensively. You'll see me do that a little bit in this game. For example, just jumping on top of the Tracer, no shit's given, and then smack that kerosene in the face with a Stormbolt. For the most part, I'm just going to be focusing on stacking this stuff up in the early game, really. And then our damage is really going to take off once we get into the late game. Hello, Tracer. Wow, she almost died right there. I'm going to go for Thunderstrike. So Thunderclap's going to do more damage to any single hero we hit, any single target, I should say, that we hit. Then we're going to give him the axe at level 16. So attacking a hero that's slowed, rooted, or stunned increases your basic attack damage by 60% for 3 seconds. So of course we have our Q, which is a stun, and our W, which is a slow. So yeah, we're gonna get loads of these off. And I'm gonna pick up Rewind at level 20. So we're gonna have this crazy burst combo between this like Perfect Storm empowered Stormbolt into like a Thunderstrike empowered Thunderclap. And yeah, it's going to be kind of insane. We're going to try to blow people up. You can also work Haymaker into this, which hits people really hard too. Like, this is doing 139 damage, this is doing 122. Haymaker hits for 404. It's like over 10% of Muradin's HP, and he's a tanky son of a gun. There we go, there's the Stormbolt piercing. We spent a lot of this early part of the game. It's kind of handy, actually. Lets me go over the talents. We spent a lot of it just clearing waves, basically. I'm actually not too bad at it. Like I said, completely messing up that Stormbolt. That's okay. These guys don't know what's going to hit them. Well, a big Leaming Orb's going to hit them. I'm kind of jumping in aggressively again. With Tassadar Shield, we actually have a solo support Tassadar. I don't mind it too much. You can see I was trying to hit Tracer there, but my Stormbolt actually pierced through the tower and hit the wall, which made me sad. I'm kind of lingering here. I'm being so greedy. I'm like, this is a Stormbolt stacking opportunity. There we go. There's a stack. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna hit Tracer with that Thunderclap. Smack her in the face. I'm gonna hop over the wall. And a nice Tastar shield. I was going to live anyway, but that was a nice shield just to ensure that nothing untoward was gonna happen. At this point as well, I was gonna Hearthstone. I instantly cancelled the Hearthstone though, because I saw that Arthas died and that my teammates were still pushing bottom lane. So I went, hey, I'll just tap my well here, and I'm gonna use the well tap to basically create pressure on the top lane, just kind of draw some of the enemy attention away, so that my teammates can get more value out of their split push down bottom. So I do that sometimes. You'll see that in some of my games. It's that like I'll just I'll change my mind about going back sometimes when I feel that there's like it's kind of worthwhile to stay even with low health or mana, or it's worthwhile to burn a healing well somewhat early if needs be. So I'm gonna deal with this Merc Camp top, but you can see this Q build is hilarious on this map for dealing with these little Merc Camps. You can see Li Ming and Tastar are coming to help me. They're like, we'll help you out, Muradin. I'm like, oh, never mind. You basically just one-shot it. Never mind. Yeah, like, mercenaries, they just fall before you. It's kind of cool. It's a very different way of playing Muradin from the old way that I feel kind of used to. And the way that was like the meta way of playing him, and kind of the only way of playing him really for quite a while. This is a very different build. And it's nice to see some flexibility come into Muradin as a hero. I was hoping to get 2 stacks there, didn't quite, unfortunately. But yeah, like some flexibility coming into him as a hero. He's able to do more things now than he could before. I'm just going to jump away from this nonsense. I do mess this up though. I thought I pressed Avatar. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. But I know I pressed, or possibly it was cancelled by the temporal loop. I don't know if that's possible, or possibly I cancelled it by pressing another button in between. But I knew when I died at that stage of the game, I went, what? But I've got Avatar, and I pressed it. Like, I swear I pressed it, but it didn't work out. Maybe I was a little bit too slow. I'm not entirely sure. And that was unfortunate. I think that was 6 coins I dropped. So that kind of sucks. That was a bit of a mistake. But yeah, I mean, I'm not the best Muradin player by any means. I play him from time to time. I really do enjoy him. I just find in Hero League, I'm nearly always playing a Nubarak these days. Like, he's just so damn good against so many of the heroes that people like to pick, and they never ban him, and it's hilarious, and it gives you such a good advantage. But yeah. Oh yeah, look at this point. I kind of feel, I see there's 2 enemy heroes top. I knew they were going to be here. I probably should have waited a little bit longer, but I kind of just went YOLO. I was feeling in a very YOLO mood in this game. I was just like, I'm going hard. I don't care. I don't even care. So when he dies, I do kind of waste a bit of a dwarf toss in. I was just making sure she wasn't going to get out of there. Again, I see Arthas is coming. I'm just being YOLO Muradin. No fear. Clearing out these minions. I think I'm going to dwarf toss on top of him. Yeah, I am. You better be scared, Arthas. Just stacking up that Q as well. Not too shabby. I did see that the enemy team was kind of coming in on us there from the north. So I do decide to stop being YOLO Muradin and swing around and actually help out my teammates. Probably need me there. Beautiful Stormbolt completely misses everything and everyone. I really wish our team had stacked up inside that and I wouldn't have taken all that damage, but it didn't really matter too much. It wasn't too much in the end. But yeah, I think it's usually better to split that damage from him. Just trying to be careful here. Don't want to take too much damage. I've seen that our team is fairly low on life, so I want to be kind of careful here. But Sonya gets caught out and gets absolutely exploded. I've got my stun ready as well, and the enemy team is melting. They are melting. I dwarf toss in forwards aggressively there, hoping that we can just catch them right at the end. Nice Q from the Chromie, and then I walk into the Chromie time trap. So that kind of ensures their escape. You can see here, I'm looking. Mern, I'm on the hunt. I'm on the hunt for that Stormbolt. Not taking any prisoners. Unfortunately, they did just escape. That was kind of sad, but yeah, you can see the YOLO Muradin coming into effect. No fear, Muradin. We're going hard, and we've hit level 13 here. You can see I was kind of considering, hey, should I pick up the healing static, or should I pick up the Thunder Strike? So healing static heals you for 5% of your max health for every hero hit. Pretty damn good. And then Thunder Strike increases. Sorry, it does, well, 300% damage, 3 times damage if you only hit 1 target. So it's a bit of a different choice. It's like, do you want a lot more damage or do you want to be a lot more tanky? It's kind of a tough decision, actually. I'm not sure. Again, like this, the level they both come into their own, especially when you combo them with rewind as well. Rewind just makes it so powerful. So I was kind of regretting. I was kind of thinking about it in this game. I was like, I don't know. Maybe the healing static would have worked out better. But I think Thunderstrike works pretty well too. And if we ever catch a hero on their own, and you're gonna see that a little bit now later in the game, you're gonna see just the sort of damage that Muradin's able to put out when we're kind of one-on-one with someone. Your damage is a bit lower then, obviously, if you're, you know, against a couple of people, you don't get that single target burst. Anyway, I do see that these camps are open. I see Zagara has gone to deal with that thing. There we go. I kind of missed that Stormbolt. I should have really hit both of them. And there's the Thunderstrike, the Thunderclap coming in. Doing a big chunk of bonus damage. So yeah, against these guys, gonna stand here so I can Thunderclap them for bonus damage. And like, look at all this bonus damage. It's so satisfying seeing these huge crit numbers. It's ridiculous. To crit something for like 1,000, it's, oh, it feels amazing, guys. It's so good. You just gotta get crit numbers all over the place with this Muradin build. It's quite a lot of fun. Looking here towards this bottom Bruiser camp. Oh, our teammates should really have checked that earlier. They're being way too slow. But we will pick off Sonya, but if they'd gone earlier, they could have killed her and picked up the Bruiser camp. There wasn't much excuse for not doing that. This Chromie's very dead. I was kind of dwarf tossing to the side, expecting her to move. This isn't going to save her at all. Yeah, the Li Ming actually just wipes out with the teleport, but my cooldowns are all coming off as well. Wasn't looking too good for her. So, I don't know, like this game, I'm not even sure what happened, because I was just going YOLO for the whole thing, but it just suddenly turned into us kind of crushing them. Like, from this point, I was like, wait a second, we've got so many coins. You can see right there, I totally messed up my thing. What you should do when you're turning in coins or channeling an altar, sorry, you right click to channel the altar, then you shift, and then you press Z. So that will queue up the command. So you won't waste any time. It's like the millisecond that you finish channeling, you'll start casting your mount ability. And it just ensures that you won't, like, cancel it by accident, trying to cast your mount really early. You can see here, I see, hey, there's Chromie. She's on her own. I was like, I'm just gonna kill her. And there we go. We just blow her. I mean, we got some backup there, but at the same time, you can see we're just chunking her alive. And it's just YOLO Muradin. I was like, Tracer was there and Chromie. I was like, hey, I can dwarf toss on her and I can just burst the crap out of her. So let's do it. Why the hell not? Let's do it. So that's giving the axe to start to kick in now. So we've got this perfect storm. Can we see how much is stacked up? All right, we've almost 100 bonus damage here. So it does by default 200. We've got almost 50% bonus damage from our level 1 talent, which is nuts. And then we're gonna penetrate 2 targets, do a ton of damage, as you can see, versus structures, minions, and mercenaries. And we're gonna, if we catch someone on their own, again, let's watch this fight. So like all during the, like for this whole game, I was never scared. I was always like, can I turn around and burst them? Can I? I want to. I just felt so empowered and aggressive. It's kind of cool. So once again, I see the Chromie. I'm like, this Chromie's, she's mine. I don't even care about anything else. I'm just gonna kill her. And boom, she explodes. I mean, we have Li Ming backing us up as well, but still though, it's just nuts. It's just nuts. I'm gonna throw a Q through here. Unfortunately, we don't catch the Sonya with that. But you can see, bam, our auto attacks hit so hard. They hit for like 300 damage. It's insane. And I guess like people are becoming more and more aware of this talent build, but I think they're still a little bit taken by surprise by how much damage Muradins are doing. Like I've seen games, boom, look at that. Crazy. 1300 damage on 2 minions with a Q. It's nuts. I've seen games where like Muradins have kind of been like, whoa, I topped the hero damage in this game. What's going on? It's kind of nuts. I'm just trying to do some damage to this fort. I don't want to overstay because I know the enemy team is respawning. I was kind of looking here. I was kind of thinking, hey, I could just kill them. I was kind of hoping Tracer would come back there, but her recall was further back. She might have taken the level 1 talent. Yeah, okay. She took the level 1 talent. She gets an extra second on the recall. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping we might kill her. But yeah, I'm just like, no fear Muradin. And you do lose tankiness, but the sheer amount of damage you're outputting kind of counteracts that. Like, he plays much more, I suppose it's like a Bruiser build that just one-shot the coin camp. It's so satisfying. I don't know any other hero who one-shots the coin camp. Like, some of them wipe him out really fast, but like, one ability kills both. How good is that? You can see queuing up more commands right there. But I do see that we left the coins behind, so I'll go grab them. Oh, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome, this new Muradin build. They're going to pick up Rewind soon as well. We see the Butcher is doing a Bruiser camp. Looks like someone's picking the bottom one, so the bottom one must be respawning. I think it's going to help the Butcher clear this out. Again, you can see that Q just chunks stuff, as does that W. And we tear through that very quickly. Now, one thing to note is that Executioner and Give Him the Axe were nerfed recently enough so that, you know, you can't trigger it against, like, minions or mercenaries or whatever. If people are pinging retreat, I'm like, nah, I got this. I got this. And I'm just, like, out trading with Sonya. I have no fear. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just going to Dwarf Toss out if there's a problem. And there's no problem. I see Chromie off to the side. I'm like, Chromie, you're mine. Unfortunately, I do miss my Q. But she foolishly triggers her ability right there. I'm just like, yep, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm just going to jump forwards here. I should have picked up Rewind at this point. Boom, the Q just explodes the Tracer. And, yeah, there you go. Okay, I don't know exactly what happened in this game. This game just went nuts. This game went nuts. Like, it felt pretty close for the start. And then at the end of it, it was just like, people are dying. But I just had so much fun. I was just like, whenever I saw Chromie, I was like, Chromie, you're mine. You're going to die. Let's use Rewind to just burst down the core. There we go. And lovely, lovely, lovely. GG, well played. If we check out the stats, we certainly weren't top of the hero damage, but we didn't do too shabby by any means. Li Ming did beat us out, but I mean, we did more than Zagara and the Butcher and Tassadar. I mean, we almost did more than poor old Tassadar and the Butcher put together. That's kind of nuts. And our siege damage that's pretty respectable as well. Zagara crushed us in that regards, but again, we came second place in our team in terms of siege damage and second place in terms of hero damage. On top of that, we soaked up a whole load of damage and we disrupted the enemy team. That's pretty damn good, if you ask me. That's a sign of a pretty good build. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Again, go over the build. We picked up the perfect storm, reducing that storm mana cost and stacking up its damage. At the end of the game, we had 125 bonus damage. It basically, and I'm not the best Muradin by any means, but it looks to be like when you go for the Q build, you're looking at about 50% bonus damage on your Q, that really does add up. It's really quite substantial. Sledgehammer, I feel maybe the not as essential as the rest of this, but it's pretty nice. And obviously on Blackheart's Bay, I knew I was going for a Q build when I went into this game, and I was like, Sledgehammer, Blackheart's Bay, I'll definitely pick this up because you're doing so much damage on heroic enemies. But potentially on some maps you wouldn't need this. You could substitute it for something else, but it seems a pretty solid talent. Let's rewind it just a tad so we can see what are the other options at level 4. I'm kind of curious. Alright, some more second wheel healing, reduce the thunderclap cooldown, and thunderclap display. I mean, these are all fairly solid. I don't know. That's pretty good though. It's a nice bit of structural damage. Like, it's a lot of structural damage. Like, a lot. You're getting, what is that, like an extra almost 9, like, end game? You're getting, at this stage, you're getting about 900 extra damage, like, on structures, which is kind of crazy. That's pretty damn powerful. Maybe just go for this if you're going for the Q builder. You can mix it up if you need to. Piercing Bolt here at level 7, pretty damn good. I was kind of curious about Ironforge Momentum as well, but I think our Piercing Bolt is more useful overall, and it lets you land your Q more consistently because it can't get body blocked as easily. Like, for example, there were a couple of times in this game where we hit like an Army of the Dead minion and then managed to hit like Arthas on top of it or something like that. So it's pretty good, and it does give you the opportunity to like double stack Perfect Storm, which just feels good, man. Feels good. Hey, Avatar, always solid, or Haymaker. I would prefer to take Haymaker just for the lols on this YOLO Muradin. And again, you could just like, once you get to this level 20, I'm pretty sure he's got like one of the highest like burst damage in the game. You like Dwarf Toss on someone, hit them with the Q, hit them with the W, then rewind, hit them with a Q, hit them with a W, then like jump on them again if you want an Haymaker, and it's just like boom, you explode, rip, goodbye. Over here, I feel your choices are Thunderstrike, if you're going for this like single target damage, especially with Rewind, you're just gonna explode people. I mean, so yeah, we should add it up. We should do a bit of maths right at the end after these talent things. Give him the Axe, then obviously just huge damage increase. I also do like Heavy Impact for an even extra stun, but I feel like Give him the Axe is just too good when you're going for this sort of Bruiser build. It's so much more damage. That's pretty nice. And yeah, increases Haymaker damage. Okay. How much mana does it cost? It's pretty cheap, right? Oh, okay, wow, it makes it really cheap in terms of mana. That's interesting. Yeah, you could even go for like a double eye maker. I don't know. I feel like, generally speaking, Hardened Shield, but in this build, especially, Rewind is really, really good. Let's work it. How much burst can you do, like, in one combo? So we're doing like 300 damage by 2, so 600 damage. Then we're doing this, but it deals 3 times damage, so then 600 damage by 2, so that's 1,200. So yeah, we're talking about like almost 2,000 burst damage from our rewinds, Qs, and Ws. E does doesn't do very much damage, you know, a couple of hundred. And then you got your basic attacks, which are doing about 300 at this stage. Yeah, that's quite a lot of burst. Again, as you see, poor Chromie does not like our burst one bit. She's a very squishy hero, but admittedly, like, we just pretty much soloed her right there. And we didn't pretty much solo her, we did solo her, and then Tracer melts as well. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good insight into how much damage Muradin can do. And that was without rewind. That was literally just, hey, there's the Chromie. Let's run at her. Let's kill her. We'll have fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little look at Muradin. I think it's a blast. I think it's great fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to actually playing this in more games, and like just testing it out and taking it for an even bigger spin. And yeah, just seeing how it stands up after a few games. This was the first game I jumped in to do it, and I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys found that useful. Give it a try yourselves if you haven't. Maybe some of you have already. And give it a like if you liked the video. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.